Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you again for it's going to be an album review this time, and this is for Tinashe's new album that you've been waiting for, the album 333 that I just got done listening to in full, all 16 tracks, I mean to say. So I'm gonna discuss what I listened to for this album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now, I thought this was not a bad album. There were a few songs on here like Bouncin' and the title track, of course, featuring Absolutely or AB or however it's the artist is wanting to pronounce it. But pretty much most of his albums wasn't too bad. Um, I wouldn't say it's the best thing I've heard in 2021, but it's something. It's something interesting. Uh, Let Go was the first track, and it was a pretty good opener to the album. Then you come to I Can See the Future that it leads into, and that one had some cringy lyrics, like I said, when I first reviewed it, which definitely go check out my review for Tinashe, I Can See the Future. If hopefully you'll like it, hopefully. If you didn't like it, that's okay. Mm, It's just my opinion at the end of the day. But yeah, I Can See the Future was an iffy song. I didn't give it a bad score. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. So it's not a bad song. It's just it has a few cringy lyrics in parts of the verses, or a certain section in the verse. So yeah. The next song is X featuring Jeremiah. And yeah, it's not a bad song, but I wouldn't call it my favorite. Then comes Shy Guy, and that was pretty good. Even though it was like a minute and 6 seconds, it didn't do too bad leading into the next song, which is Bouncin'. And Bouncin' was my least favorite on this album. It was the weakest song on the album, in my opinion. Then comes Unconditional featuring K Tronada, I think. Unless it doesn't have a featured artist, because when I looked at it, it didn't have a featured artist in this song. And it wasn't a bad song. It didn't do too bad. Just some of the production was fine, in my opinion. Angels was a really good song. It was really nice. I liked the featured artist. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like how the way she was singing the song and all that, but it didn't sound too bad. So I gave it a 5 out of 5. It was an enjoyable song. And the title track 333 featuring Absolutely was iffy. The rapping part in the song kind of brought the rating down for this song. But most of the song didn't sound so bad, just some of the rapping in it from Absolutely was cringy. Undo, Back to Your Heart, uh, I think is what it's titled, Back to Your Heart or whatever, was a really good song. I really enjoyed it. I like the beat to it. It sounds really good. You guys are probably gonna think this is one of your favorite songs. I think it's my favorite song by Tinashe. Uh, featuring Wax, it features Wax Motive. Uh, and it was a really outstanding song. I like the pop beat to it. It sounds really good. The electronic pop beat, and it works very well execution wise. So, very good song. Then comes Let Me Down Slowly. I said Leave Me Down Slowly, my bad. Um, Not a bad song. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be my favorite, but it's not too bad. Some parts in the song kind of bothered me, but no, in a way, I think Let Me Down Slowly was a pretty solid song. Uh, Last Call was a really good one, so was The Chase, Pasadena. featuring Buddy was a really good song. I think Bouncin' Part 2 is probably better than the original, even though it's mostly like some auto tune with Tinashe's voice and the bass is a little iffy, but it's sounds really nice and it's not a bad way to get close to ending an album. Small Reminders was not too bad, but the melody changed at the second verse and I really didn't like that. Kind of bothered me. It's a Rap featuring Quiet Child and Kudzai. I think if I'm pronouncing the featured artist's name right. Was not a bad way to close this album out. So overall, I think Tinashe's new album 333 was not too bad. It was average. It's gonna be on my decent to good albums of 2021 for sure. Sorry, I got a notification or whatever on my phone about something. But yeah, I guess for a score, I'm gonna give Tinashe's new album 333 a 7.5 out of 10. Not a bad album. It's average. It's not too bad. It's a good listen for what it's going for. It's an average listen, I mean to say. But it didn't do bad with the execution, so at least that's a good thing. I wouldn't say this is my favorite Tinashe album, but hey, I think her newer stuff is iffy from time to time, but the only reason why I gave it a 7.5 is because of the song Bouncin' and 333, because I gave those 4 out of 5s. But that's just my opinion. And keep in mind, it's just my opinion at the end of the day. You don't have to agree with me on it. It's just how I felt when I was listening to this record. But comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the new Tinashe album 333 if you've heard it. And if you like this album review I made for you guys going into almost late this morning, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I guess next I'll be returning to you for the, what is it? It's gonna be for the Kanye West Donda and I guess Drake's Certified Lover Boy's coming out tomorrow. And also Nas King's Dizzy's 2. And I'll be reviewing tomorrow or sometime tonight if I can find it. I gotta see what I'm doing for videos for tonight or whatever, but I'll do my best to come at you for those album reviews as quickly as possible. It may go on till the weekend, but yeah, I'm still gonna do my best to get those reviews out to you guys as soon as possible. But I hope you did enjoy this Tinashe 333 album review. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. I don't hate this artist, I just don't think this is her best album in my opinion. I know the last album, Songs for You, was not too bad. So now the songs that she's making are not too bad, but could use a little more work with how she's singing the songs and what lyrics she's coming up with for how it's going to execute and all that. But that's just my opinion. But I hope you enjoyed this review. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. Stay safe, take care, and as always, I'll see you in my next video.